another religion, say Islam, Buddhism, whatever, had more evidence to support its truth claims, would you convert to it?
Of course, yes.
There you go. So
Yes.
hope you atheists
So,
appreciate
in
that.
fact, if Islam was true,
Right.
right? The question is, what kind of Islam is true?
Right.
That's the question.
Right.
And, you know, there's different sects of Islam, just as there's different sects of Christianity.
Absolutely.
The problem, here's what people who just look at religion casually don't seem to understand. Most world religions don't have miracles attesting their truth.
Right.
Muhammad said, I don't do miracles. I'm just a plain warner. In the Quran, he doesn't do miracles at all. It's not until 150 years later, through the written traditions called the Hadith of what Muhammad allegedly said and did, are these miracles attributed to him. And even many Muslim scholars agree that many of them are legendary. They're not eyewitness accounts. So it's just a short course on Islam. Those folks who wrote down the Quran really wrote it down after Muhammad left. Just, you know, Jesus left and then they wrote it down as well. Muhammad died in 632 AD. And it says that Jesus never died. He was taken straight to heaven and a substitute was put on the cross. This is Surah 4, verse 157 in the Quran. And they're trying to say that they know what happened to Jesus, even though these documents are written in the 600s. And they're going to say that, no, we can't trust what the New Testament writers wrote because these documents back here in New Testament times have been corrupted. Here's the problem when they say that. The Quran itself, I think it's Surah 5, verse 68, somewhere in there, says, O ye people of the book, ye have no ground to stand on unless you stand on the law and the Gospels. Translation, the Quran is telling the people of the book, those are the Christians and the Jews, to obey what the Old and New Testaments say. And if the Quran is going to say to obey the Old Testament and the New Testament, how can Muslims come along later and say the Old Testament and New Testament have been corrupted when the Quran is telling us to obey the Old Testament and the New Testament? And the Old Testament and the New Testament disagrees with the Quran. Yes, and we also know that we have Bibles from 300 AD or 350 AD or so. So we know it wasn't corrupted when Muhammad was given this supposed revelation. We know the Bible hadn't been corrupted because we have Bibles 300 years prior to that.